and this week we have Hannah Francis. Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
No, thank you for having me.
Now, how did you begin your career as an artist in Melbourne?
Well, it's always been quite a gradual process, so I can't really pinpoint a time, but I definitely started getting into the scene through open mic nights and bar gigs and everything like that.
Okay, so what would you say it's like creating music in the Melbourne scene specifically?
Definitely, well, the Melbourne scene is just known for live music, you know, and it's a great platform for those who are wanting to do that and pursue that. And it's quite a competitive place because I remember I did I tried to get a busking permit, and when I received it, you know, they were saying how there were already over 2,000 buskers, let alone in Melbourne. So that was quite a smack in the face, a bit intimidating, but you know, you just have to kind of pursue that. And I think Melbourne is quite an inviting place to be able to perform the music. I
suppose you got to grind on through.
Yes.
So have you got a specific highlight through all this?
I did a competition about 2 weeks ago from the Freezer Push Start Committee, and it was at the Box Hill Arts Centre, and basically I got on stage, and it was the first time I really sung through all my original songs that I was really into, and it was the first time I felt like the atmosphere in the room, like there was such a powerful vibe going on, and like we were all just like in it together, and I felt like I was really connecting with people and I was engaging people, and it was the first time I felt like I wasn't trying to impress people. You know, I was just singing the songs that I had, and I wasn't caring too much about whether or not, like, of course you'd want to care about whether or not it was well received or not, but I think that it just got a good review because people could see that I was relaxed and enjoying it.
I mean, congratulations on it. It sounds like a pretty pure moment.
Yeah, it was
sounds
great.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
So could you describe the style of your music?
Yeah, that's hard to pinpoint as well because I have classical training, so I'm doing a Bachelor of Music at the Conservatorium at Melbourne, and that has also influenced my singing. However, when I play guitar and write music, it's very folk-based. So there's a fusion of those two genres, but you know, I always grew up listening to 70s, 60s music, so that's definitely put an influence on my genre.
Yeah. So you play guitar and you said you were studying, so it sounds like you've got a fair few commitments going on.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, a lot going on.
Okay, that's awesome. So what advice would you give to other up-and-coming musical artists?
Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. You know, you need to use social media as a big platform to engage people, and like I wouldn't be here today if I didn't put myself out there and made a Facebook page. And one other thing is that you shouldn't apologise for wanting to be an artist. Not many people think that, but I certainly did when I was 17, and I had my singing lesson, and my singing teacher came into the room, and I told her that I wanted to be a performer, but I was scared because I thought it would be selfish to be able to want something because you love doing it just for you. And then she just looked at me and said, well, you're doing it because you're actually giving back to people because they're resonating with what you're putting out there, you know, and you need to put yourself out there. So I think that's one thing. So don't apologise for yourself for putting out your music, and don't be afraid to put yourself out there.
I mean, that's a pretty special message.
Oh, 100%.
So you've written a song and you're going to come in here and perform it for us. Could you tell us a bit about it?
Well, the song's called Playing with Fire, and I think we've all heard the expression of don't rock the boat and, you know, all that stuff. And I've put that metaphor and I've just put it on a person, and I've just based it around my emotions during that time of whether or not to pursue something because I was afraid that I could get burnt, you know, metaphor, you know. And so, yeah, and I wrote the song because I had all these thoughts and feelings in my head, and I needed to just lay them out.
Just get it out there?
Yeah, so that's all I did. And like, you know, I'm not a born-bred songwriter. I write down all my feelings, all my emotions, and then from there I was picking out certain things to use. So,
That sounds awesome. Thank you so much for coming here and sharing a bit of insight.
no, thank you so much for
Awesome.
having me.
Thank you.
So if you enjoyed my performance of Playing with Fire, I do have a Facebook page that you can like and follow called Hannah Francis. Or if you would like to look at my YouTube page, it's under Hannah Murphy.